Whether you're stuck in traffic, hitting the gym, or just winding down, we're here to spill the hottest tea from your favorite Bravo shows. From the wildest reunions to the quietest social media unfollows, we cover it all. So welcome back to Reality TV Podcasts and Clips. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Let's get into it on 3, 2, 1.
Right into it.
Yeah, and today's stack of sources isn't just your basic recap of what you see on screen.
No, not at all.
We are going on a really fascinating mission today into the mechanics behind the scenes.
The stuff they don't want you to see.
Exactly. We are talking about the hidden rules of filming, secret contract stipulations, and the very real legal and financial fallouts that happen when the cameras stop rolling.
Because what's fascinating here is how the lines between on-screen entertainment and off-screen reality have completely vanished.
Totally vanished.
I mean, you have lawsuits, you have divorces, you have massive legal liabilities happening in real time. So as we go through this, I urge you to keep an ear out for the strategic moves these personalities are making.
Yeah, you really have to pay attention.
Because they aren't just cast members anymore. They're playing a very complex game of brand protection.
Which is a perfect segue. Let's start by looking at Beverly Hills. Specifically, newcomer Amanda Frances.
Oh, this was a revealing story.
It really was. She recently shared a story about her very first day of filming, and it completely peels back the curtain on what it actually means to be hired for one of these shows.
Right.
According to Amanda, Kyle Richards literally sat her down and explicitly told her that everyone knows the job is to talk badly about each other.
Just laid it right out there.
Yeah, it's basically the core requirement of the gig.
Which just proves these shows are a well-oiled machine. I mean, the veterans are basically acting like middle management training the new hires.
That is such a good way to put it.
They understand the ecosystem perfectly, and they don't waste any time laying out the expectations for the rookies. You are hired to create conflict.
And Amanda definitely, she found herself right in the middle of that conflict almost immediately.
With Dorit.
Yes. Let's look at the drama between her and Dorit Kemsley.
Okay.
So Amanda apparently asked a question that she thought was completely benign. She asked why Dorit was publicly discussing her ex, PK, right in the middle of their divorce.
A fair question to an outsider.
Right. Well, Dorit caught wind of that comment, and instantly the battle lines were drawn.
Of course.
Amanda's out here explaining that she has no ill will, that she was just, repeating a conversation and genuinely trying to look out for Dorit so she wouldn't mess up her life.
But Dorit didn't take it that way.
Not at all. Dorit fired back, accusing Amanda of not being a girl's girl.
What's fascinating here is the psychology of the reality TV initiation process.
Yeah.
New cast members have to navigate these overt expectations of bringing drama while simultaneously trying to maintain their own authentic boundaries.
It's a tightrope.
It is. Amanda thought she was offering advice, or at least just making a casual observation. But in this specific environment, every single comment is weaponized. It's a literal test of how you handle fire.
And Amanda doesn't seem to be backing away from the fire either.
No, she's leaning in.
She really is. Because Boz St. John threw some shade her way, suggesting Amanda was just reaching for relevancy.
Right.
And Amanda fired right back, stating she's never had a hard time being relevant and that people naturally follow her. She even went a step further.
Oh, the breadwinner comment?
Yes. She embraced the ambition to be the show's first true breadwinning housewife.
That specific phrase, breadwinning housewife, signals a massive shift in how reality stars brand themselves today.
How so?
Well, decades ago, the brand was married wealth and lifestyle porn. Showing off the mansion.
Right, the husband's money.
Exactly. Now it's about individual financial power and becoming a self-sustaining mogul.
That makes a lot of sense. So how does that shift in financial power impact negotiations for returning cast members? Because there have been massive rumors swirling around Beverly Hills.
The Lisa Rinna rumors.
Yeah, that Andy Cohen offered Lisa Rinna $1 million to return to the show.
Which is a huge number.
Huge. But Andy went on record and completely shut that down. He stated that offer never happened and that both Rinna and Lisa Vanderpump are likely never coming back.
But then Rinna spoke up.
She did. Rinna herself said $1 million wouldn't even cut it.
$1 million sounds astronomical to the average person.
Right.
But in the realm of top-tier, unscripted television, for someone who carries a storyline, it's actually just the starting point of a negotiation.
Exactly, because Rinna revealed she would need $5 million to even consider returning.
$5 million.
Yeah, and she completely dismissed the rumors that Current cast members are pulling in $2 million an episode. She called that absolute nonsense. She actually used some much stronger language there that we'll go ahead and skip over.
Probably for the best.
But she also revealed she had strict conditions before filming The Traitors.
Okay, The Traitors.
Yeah, for you listening who might not watch, The Traitors is that cross-network competition show that puts a bunch of different reality stars in a castle to play a massive game of deception.
Right.
Well, Rinna said she refused to participate if certain unnamed people were cast.
Which reminds me of Colton Underwood's strategy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had similar demands before his appearance on a competition show. He strictly stipulated that his past, specifically his off-camera legal and personal history, could not be brought up as part of the game.
Wow.
Reality stars are treating their appearances like high-stakes corporate negotiations.
That's exactly what it is.
They recognize their presence brings immense value to a network, and they leverage that to control their working environment. They are fiercely protecting their mental health and their personal brands off camera.
Well, let's pivot from contract negotiations to the courtroom, because that brand protection doesn't always keep you out of legal trouble.
Unfortunately not.
Looking over at New York City, Bethany Frankel is currently wrapped up in a $2 million malpractice lawsuit against her former attorney.
$2 million.
Yeah, and this traces back to a condo trust that was drafted during her marriage to Jason Hoppy. Can you break down why a reality star's trust would become a $2 million legal nightmare?
When you are building a massive financial empire on television, asset protection during a highly publicized divorce is critical.
Right.
A trust is supposed to safeguard those assets. But in Bethany's case, her legal team is arguing that her former attorney drafted faulty paperwork.
Faulty paperwork.
Because of the way it was allegedly mismanaged, that paperwork gave her ex a 50% interest in a condo she bought entirely with her own money.
That is wild.
That one drafting error meant the property was heavily litigated during their divorce, costing her an absolute fortune in time and legal fees.
And the former attorney is actively fighting back.
He is.
He claims that Bethany has essentially abandoned the malpractice case for nearly 4 years. He alleges she hasn't provided dates for a deposition, has been dragging her feet, and completely ignored a $25,000 settlement offer.
Which her team denies.
Her team vehemently denies all of this, insisting she is actively engaged. But it just shows how a single piece of paper signed years ago can still haunt you.
The financial entanglements of televised marriages endure for years, long after the cameras are packed up. It is a very real-world consequence of decisions made under the spotlight.
And speaking of past decisions coming back to bite you, let's talk about the digital footprint of new cast members.
Always a risky area.
It is. Haley Glassman recently joined the New York cast.
John Dosselin's ex.
Exactly. Well, podcaster Claudia Oshry just exposed Haley for sending her trolling direct messages for years, and Claudia kept all the receipts.
It's incredible that people still haven't learned that the internet is forever. What kind of messages are we talking about here?
The details are pretty wild. Haley insulted Claudia's voice, comparing it to Janice from Friends.
Yikes.
She took shots at Claudia's husband, shaming his dad bod.
Unbelievable.
It gets worse. She inappropriately offered to set Claudia up for a neck lift with a specific plastic surgeon, claiming she needed skin tightening.
That is so invasive.
Right. And when Claudia lost weight, Haley aggressively demanded she publicly admit to using Wegovy. Now, just for some quick Bravo context for you, our listener Claudia clarified she used a different medication, whereas Wegovy is a similar drug often criticized as an off-label Hollywood weight loss trend.
Haley was trying to force a specific narrative.
Exactly. Now, as a listener, imagine receiving messages like this from a stranger for years, only to suddenly see them cast on your favorite show.
It's jarring.
But I have to ask, doesn't casting a documented troll backfire on the network? If the audience knows she's just a troll, don't they reject her for being inauthentic?
You would think so. But it raises an important question about modern reality casting strategy. Networks aren't always looking for polished professionals or even traditional authenticity anymore.
What are they looking for?
They're casting for guaranteed disruption. Bringing on someone with a history of chronic online trolling tells me the network wants immediate, chaotic conflict.
They want the mess.
Exactly. They know this person won't hold back. And in the short term, that drives engagement, even if it's negative engagement.
Well, negative engagement is certainly the theme in New York right now.
Yeah.
We have to discuss the massive backlash against Aaron Litchie.
The Q&A.
Yes. During a social media Q&A, a fan reached out to Aaron for advice because her husband was stalling on having kids.
Right.
Erin's response was to tell the fan to simply forget to take her birth control pill. She literally called it an oopsie and added that humans have been doing this for centuries, so the fan should just have some fun and make it happen.
That kind of casual advice crosses into some extremely sensitive and legally fraught territory regarding consent and reproductive choices.
The internet completely exploded over it. Fans immediately labeled the advice disturbing.
Naturally.
Many compared it directly to sexual coercion and assault, pointing out that removing protection without a partner's knowledge violates fundamental consent. The backlash was massive.
Did she respond to the backlash?
She did come out to defend herself. She claimed it was just a playful joke. She told people to lighten up, to relax, and insisted she absolutely does not promote sexual coercion.
I see.
Now, we need to pause here and be incredibly clear to you, our listener. We are not taking any sides on this issue.
No, not at all.
We are not endorsing Erin's viewpoint, nor are we validating the specific accusations made against her by fans. We are strictly, impartially reporting on the intense division, the extreme reaction her comment sparked online, and her subsequent defense.
It's important to look at the reaction itself as the story here.
How so?
It demonstrates how a casual, off-the-cuff remark on social media is now subjected to severe public scrutiny. Reality stars no longer have the luxury of speaking without filtering their words through the lens of public morality and legal definitions of consent.
That makes total sense.
The audience holds them to a standard that simply didn't exist a decade ago.
Moving from social media backlash to reunion stage misfires, let's head over to the Potomac universe.
Okay, what's happening in Potomac?
Monique Samuels recently took to social media to completely clear Stacey Rush's name.
Oh, wow.
If you recall, during a highly anticipated reunion, Monique accused Stacey of leaking information about her kids to her ex-husband, Chris.
A public retraction in this space is incredibly rare. Usually, cast members double down once they make a bold claim on a reunion stage. What changed?
Well, Monique admitted that after gaining more info, she no longer believes Stacey had anything to do with it.
Okay.
But we have to talk about the receipt Monique brought to that reunion in the first place to back up her claims.
The audio clip.
Yes. She played an audio clip that was supposed to blow the roof off the building. The cast built it up like it was going to destroy relationships.
And what was it actually?
Ashley Darby later explained it to fans. It turned out the big shocking clip was literally just a child hearing their dad talking to someone and asking, "Who is Stacey?"
That's it.
That's it. Who is Stacey?
It really exposes the absurdity of the receipt economy in reality TV.
The receipt economy, I like that.
You have an entire season's narrative hanging on an audio clip of a child asking a question. Cast members build up these moments to secure their relevance and guarantee their contract for the next year.
But it falls flat.
When the evidence is this flimsy, it completely falls flat. The fans are underwhelmed, and the cast is forced to spend their entire offseason on social media trying to clean up a failed strategic move post-production.
It's so true. Okay, let's unpack this. We have to dive into another messy dynamic, this time over in Charleston with the Southern Charm cast.
Always a tangled web in Charleston.
Always. We're looking at Sally Carson, who is feeling deeply betrayed by her best friend, Charlie Manley.
And what caused the betrayal?
Charlie hid a secret makeout session with Crick Conover.
Ah.
Why is keeping a secret like this such a cardinal sin in reality TV compared to real life?
Because friendship dynamics and mutual trust are the true currency of these shows.
Right.
If a cast member hides something from their best friend, they aren't just keeping a personal secret, they are withholding a storyline.
That is a great point.
In a regular friend group, it might be a minor spat. On television, it's a breach of professional and personal loyalty.
The perspectives here are really layered, too.
What's Sally saying?
Sally has been very clear that she is not hurt because she wanted Craig. She and Craig never even hooked up.
Okay.
She is hurt because Charlie, who usually tells her everything, kept this specific thing a secret. The hiding broke the trust.
In Charlie's defense.
It's actually pretty relatable. She felt that Sally's opinions were holding her back. Charlie said she was navigating a new boundary, trying to act like an individual.
Right.
And she just wanted to keep the kiss to herself to figure out her own feelings before getting her best friend involved.
And how did Craig view all of this?
Craig weighed in, saying he felt Charlie was just too scared to tell Sally because of the heavy friend group dynamics. They all have such strong opinions about each other's lives.
Think about how you navigate the shifting boundaries of friendships when romantic interests get involved in your own life. It's tricky enough for any of us.
Yeah, it really is.
Now multiply that tension by 100. The pressure of a shared social circle is severe, but when that circle is also your workplace and a television cast, everyday relational anxiety is magnified.
So true.
Charlie was just trying to protect a fragile new romance from the heavy influence of a best friend who is quite literally paid to have strong opinions.
That perfectly transitions us to our final and honestly most detailed segment of this deep dive, the business of breaking up.
This is a big one.
It is. Let's look closely at the separation timeline of Amanda Batula and Kyle Cook from Summer House.
Right.
Amanda has been incredibly raw and honest, sharing details that really take control of the narrative. She revealed she actually moved out way back in November.
Wow, that early.
Yeah. They agreed not to see other people and tried to casually date each other to see if they could fix things. But ultimately, they realized the space just made them want more space.
Sometimes that happens.
They made the final decision to divorce while on FaceTime, just days before they posted their public announcement.
Providing that level of timeline transparency is a very smart, modern public relations strategy. By outlining exactly when and how things happened, she leaves no room for tabloids to invent a scandalous timeline. She dictates the facts.
It dictates the facts, and she also took control regarding her mental health.
She was very open about that.
She openly discussed being in a very low place, starting antidepressants, and finally seeing the relationship for what it was. But here's the part that really surprised people. Her defense of Kyle.
Despite everything.
Despite everything, fans were brutally attacking him online, calling him toxic and emotionally abusive.
And she stepped in.
Amanda actively begged fans to stop. She urged people not to villainize him or kick a man while he's down. In fact, she admitted something wild.
What was it?
She said the massive fan backlash actually delayed their breakup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she refused to let the public dictate her life choices, so she stayed longer just to prove she wasn't leaving him because the internet told her to.
That is a staggering admission about the power of the audience.
Isn't it?
The parasocial relationship between viewers and these stars has become so intense that it is actively altering their real-life timelines. The fans thought their vitriol was supporting her and giving her strength to leave, but it had the exact opposite effect.
Right.
It kept her in a failing marriage longer than necessary because she needed to preserve her own agency.
It completely flips the script on fan engagement.
Oh.
And Amanda also offered a huge takeaway for you, our listener, regarding the financial side of marriage.
The prenup discussion.
Yes. She has become a fierce advocate for prenups. She laid everything on the table. Kyle has significant business debt from his beverage company, Loverboy.
Right, which is well documented on the show.
While Amanda believes she isn't personally responsible for that debt, she pointed out that a prenup would have offered her 100% protection. She compared a prenup to health insurance, something you hope you never need to use, but you absolutely must have.
It strips away the fairy tale romance and forces you to look at marriage as a legal and financial contract. Her warning about the Loverboy debt is incredibly practical advice for anyone entering a partnership where one person is an entrepreneur. The liability of a business can easily bleed into personal assets if you aren't legally protected before saying, I do.
It's a huge lesson. And she's firmly looking forward now. Even when Kyle weaponized her weed use on the show to make her look bad, she just brushed it off.
She pivoted that into a business idea, didn't she?
She did. Now, she's talking about wanting to get into the cannabis accessory space, not starting her own heavy lifting business, but collaborating on lines of products.
Smart.
And she completely shut down people comparing her breakup to Ariana Madix's highly publicized split, saying their situations are entirely different and she and Kyle are actually on good terms.
And what's next for her personally?
She's openly talking about freezing her eggs,
Yeah.
casually dating younger men, and just enjoying being hot and happy.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Amanda's approach to a highly public divorce is remarkably mature.
It really is.
She is setting firm boundaries, not just with her ex-husband, but with the audience itself. In today's reality TV landscape, knowing how to manage the audience's emotional investment in your life is the ultimate survival tool.
We've covered a massive amount of ground today. We started with the manufactured drama of cast initiations in Beverly Hills and the hidden costs of secret makeouts in Charleston.
And we quickly moved into the severe realities of being on these shows.
Yeah, multi-million-dollar malpractice lawsuits, the psychological toll of chronic online trolling, and the high-stakes financial and emotional mechanics of a public divorce.
These sources prove that the business of reality TV is far more complex than the edited episodes that eventually air on your screen.
They really do.
It certainly is. And I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over.
Okay, let's hear it.
As we see these reality stars becoming increasingly hyper-aware of their personal brands, their legal liabilities, and their mental health boundaries, are we actually watching the end of true unscripted reality TV?
Oh, that's interesting.
If every single cast member is meticulously self-producing to protect their future businesses, their public image, and their marriages, what happens to the raw, messy authenticity that made us all tune in to begin with?
That is a brilliant question to end on. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. Keep questioning the narratives you see on screen, protect your own boundaries, and we will catch you on the next one.